Hello, it's Frank again. I've been with you all the way. Imagination is fun when it's free to run. Come on, we paint this a brand new day. Simply painting with Frank today.
Welcome once again to Simply Painting. And this time we're in Ireland, we're in County Laois. And this is a canal we're standing beside. It's called the Grand Canal, and there were two very large canals in Ireland. One was the Grand and one was the Royal Canal. Now the idea was this, that in the mid-1800s, the main means of transportation was water. And what they did was they dug these canals and then they carried goods along in barges, which were pulled by horses. Now, this was fine in those days, but unfortunately with the arrival of steam and the roads improved and that, I'm afraid the canals fell into disrepair. And as well as that, sad to say, lots of the towns and places that grew up along the canals, they faded. However, times have changed and now the canals are used for a happier use. They're now become pleasure places where they have these lovely barges you can rent and you can go up and down, wander at your ease, as they say, along the canal and stop off at places like this, where usually when you see a bridge like this, you'll find that there's a tavern or an inn one side or the other, and you can drop in at night and hear some music, maybe have something to eat. It's a wonderful, restful holiday. However, we're here now to paint something, and I thought, why not try and paint a canal scene? Hello there. Well, those canals are something. What a good idea. Recreation and fun, yes. Anyway, we've got a lot to do this time, so let's quickly talk about the materials we're going to need to paint the picture. First of all, we got 6 watercolours, and they are Payne's Grey, Cobalt Blue, Lemon Yellow, Burnt Umber, Raw Sienna, and Cadmium Red. That's the one to one side, isn't it? Yes. And of course, we got our white gouache. We got the 3 brushes, the large goat hair, the baby goat hair, and the rigger. We have a tray to put our paints out on and to mix them. We've got water, some cloths to control the water on the brush, a sheet of watercolour paper, 14 by 10, therefore we're painting in landscape. And this is £140 watercolour paper. Without further ado, let's have some more fun. Horizon first, 4 inches up from the bottom of the page, let's draw it in. Now we don't put the pencil down this time because we've got to draw in these lock gates. And what I've done is I've taken a little kind of sketch, a little charcoal-y sketch thing I did. It's a good idea when you're away like that, that if you want to make a note of it, you can use your camera. Of course, you can actually do a sketch. I have nothing against sketching, it's very good. But if you haven't time to do the sketch, well, this is what you do. That's one side. And then over the far side here. Now we're going to just put in the gates themselves. They were fascinating things, weren't they? They go like that. And then we go up here. There's poles that they rested on, wasn't there? 1, 2, then there's the ones in the middle, 3, 4, they're together. And then 1, 2 again over here. And then on top of them goes the big pole that I was bending and twisting. You'll see it all later. It'll all be revealed as we go on. This is a big long lump of wood, yeah, hunk of wood or lump of wood, and the same on the far side. Now try and get these both about the same length, because they are. So what you do, look, you measure, take your pencil and do that, and then do the same on this side and say it's got to go to about there. So about the same length and about the same thickness, and then up over the top goes another one here. That's where it opens. There's a gap there, you see. There's another one, another piece of it there, another one there. Hey, we're getting there pretty good now. There's the planking across. The water's here. Now we're going to put a reflection in, but we'll do that in a minute. That goes up like that, up the top there, because in the distance we've got some trees. We're going to put those in a minute. That's the... Now there is a kind of a railings, and it goes like this, there, and the same on the far side. You can take your time on this. Don't be too fussy or rushy with it. I'm just going to put these in because these are little uprights on the railings. The railings goes across like that. Same here. That's to stop you. When you're walking across, you don't fall into the thing, yeah. This is the hardest part, getting all this done, isn't it? Yeah. Now, what I need to do now is to give that a quick covering with masking fluid. Just very quickly, because it is a darker colour we're using, so we don't have to worry too much, but at the same time, just to outline the whole thing for us. Particularly the top of it, because the tops of these are usually painted a different colour. They normally cover these old timbers. I mean, remember, these timbers are pretty old. They normally cover them with creosote. Did you ever hear of creosote? It's to preserve them. Otherwise they rot, wouldn't they? Yes, they would. And then I'm going to very quickly just run in this. Look, that's the little bit of, they're the uprights. And then across there, that's about all I'm going to do. I think that looks pretty well like a lock gate now. Okay, swish the brush around. Now we've got the hard bit done. Now we can dry that very quickly, quick dry. These were all over Ireland at one time, and they still are. Everywhere there's canals, yeah, because as they say, they have to go up and down. The water, land is not level. So this is what they do, they create these locks. Now I'm going like that, and then down here with the lock as well. Now, that's about it. Now let's put in the sky. Oh, I thought we'd never get around to painting, did you? Yes, you probably said to yourself, well, he's a long time at this, carry on. Right, I'm going to put out some of the cobalt and some of the Payne's grey, those two, that's all. That'll be the sky. Quickly dampen the brush, and then into the, I'm not going to wet the paper this time. And right across the top here, look, I put in this old. You'll be fairly quick with this now. You needn't be too particular, because there'll be trees and things that'll cover up this. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the Payne's grey and a bit of the blue, mix the two together, give me a nice kind of dark colour, because it was a kind of a not particularly wonderful day for skies, was it? It's an amazing thing. There's a thing called white and grey skies, and they seem to follow cameramen around. Poor Enda, yeah, he was going mad that day because the sky was awful. There we are, that's all I'm doing.